Hello, Brother Vendar here. Welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Now, normally I would say this is an extra Patreon sponsor video, and it is. Some of you know, if you're a long-time viewer of the channel, I have long COVID, and sometimes it affects me more than others, and it has been hitting me pretty hard. So you wouldn't have gotten a video today if it wasn't for my Patreons who sponsor 2 extra videos a week, because I wouldn't have been able to have time to record them. So thank you very much to Treefrog for this one. Now, it's a tale as old as time. It is Hood and Prince of Wales, or rather Hood and Prince of Wales, against, well, I can't make the AI produce Bismarck and Prince Eugen, but we can hope. Now, the requirement was to have semi-historical versions of these ships. Now, as it happens, I actually have here the Drake, which I used in a recent video. I'm going to take the 6-inch guns off, and I'm going to take this quad 14 off. And it's just going to save a lot of time in terms of getting these set up, because this is already a relatively close approximation to a KG5. And if we stick a twin 14-inch gun on the top there, although it's not a nice model. I wish it was a Mark IV, so it looked right. But because if I show you that with a 13-inch gun, like that's what it should look like. But I don't have access to the Mark IV in. Actually, that's a good question. Maybe I should actually go a little bit later. When do we get access to the Mark IV 14s? There we go. 1937. So you are going to get a full build. All right. So KG5 is a modern one. I'm just going to use the cheap tower with the advanced secondary tower 1. Size-wise, the middle size works quite well for the KG5. So we're going to be overweight, but that tends to happen when you're trying to do historical builds. We'll stick with the 5-inch dual-purpose guns. It's really not one to fit too well on there, is it? I'll just go for the 6. And pretty sure it was a medium one. I'm going to sneeze. Apologies for that. Right. Main guns. Now, I don't do builds like this with what I would call a mixed armament, where you have guns of the same caliber, different numbers of guns per turret, because the way the game calculates this is these two are one battery and this is a completely separate one. So they don't share fire control information, they don't share ammunition, which is, yeah, it's a self-inflicted penalty if you're just playing it game-wise. And I've just noticed that the game's turned the anti-aliasing off again. So yeah, it's not ideal, but we'll make it work, I'm sure. Now, obviously we want a speed of 28 minimum, although this is going to be a pinch of salt version of Prince of Wales. So we'll go oil, and we're going steam because it's a British ship. And we have 74 smoke to play with. Now, the actual KG5 funnel setup, I can never remember off the top of my head. I'm just going to bring up a picture if my internet will cooperate. Thank you. Yeah, it's a double funnel. Oh, they had 16 of the 5.25s. So I do need to shoehorn in that front one. There we go. Now, if we're going double funnel, I'm going to go with the tall funnel 4 just to reduce the smoke issues as much as possible. We are going to have... Why are they not level? God damn it, devs. Right. Means we're going to suffer a little bit with our accuracy. So this ship is not going to hit very much. So I'm going to put on veteran crew. Range, a medium range is fine. And we pretty much have 100% engine efficiency on a natural boiler. So that's quite nice. We'll stick to the historical speed. Now then, propellant-wise, I know I should probably use cordite, so we will. Cordite standards. What I might do, though, is I might bring increased ammunition, just to compensate a little bit for how quickly this gun will run out. I'll see if I can still do that with the flash fire chance. 2%. That's fine. I can live with that. Right. Okay, and with double bottom hull and anti-torp 5, we're pretty close. The armor scheme, I think, is already pretty much bang on. I'm not going to worry too much about exactly replicating the armor. But this is actually more armor than I think KG5 actually had. But of course, the armor system in UAD doesn't account for, you know, angling it and fancy stuff like that, except in the armor quality. Stat. So I'm just going to just round off some of the numbers. Three and 3, a little bit more on the foredeck, and a little bit more on the tower. There we go. She's a bit heavier than real life, basically for increased armor. Oh shit, I've forgotten. Oh, whoops. Might help to have some of that. Right, let's drop to anti-torp 4. I think that's more realistic. Now, her main belt was actually 14.7. Mid-deck was basically 6. Thinning to 5.4. Let's actually go for the historical scheme in that case. Actually, deck was 5.9 to 4.9, so it's pretty heavy on the deck. Oh wow. Conning tower. Really? Of course. The turrets, on the other hand, were 12.8. That is very, very light. You forget just how heavily armoured UAD ships are by default. I'm just going to lower this until we get it underway. Yeah, so 6 would be fine, I think. And then I'm going to lower the superstructure armor to get us underweight. There we go. Way heavier. Deep load of KG5 was 46,000 tons or so. And we're at more like 54, but no, I think it's okay. Mind you, if I went standard bulkheads, reduce the displacement until it changes size. There we go. Okay, that's a lot closer. That's only 2,000 tons too much. That I can live with. I'm not sure this is going to be the best, but okay. I can live with it. I can live with it. Right, and let's get HMS Hood built as well. One thing I am going to do though, before I do that, is I'm going to limit the Germans tech-wise, because whilst I'm, you know, building realistic ships, the AI is going to look at its guns and it's just going to take 18s, and I'm going to be absolutely stuffed. So I'm going to lower their tech to 1934, just to increase the chances that they spawn a ship with 15 or 16-inch guns, which I think is okay. Right, let's get on to the build of Hood. Now, I am allowed a little bit of latitude in the scenario, so rather than the battlecruiser 5, representing HMS Hood, kind of as she was, in desperate need of a refit. Let's assume that she's had her refit, and that she has in fact been readied for service. Let's use a realistic deep load. So that's pretty close actually. So we go for 47,430 displacement. All right. Speed of 32. Now, Hood as well was a double funnel, so try and fit that in as best I can. Funnels, oh yeah, I'm just going to choose the cheap funnel. I know from the engine setup that we're going to have issues with that. Unfortunately, I can't bunch the funnels up unless, actually, I go with a compact secondary tower. Then I can. It does look a bit weird with the heights of the funnels, though. But I don't think there's... Ooh, actually, if I go like that, that's a little bit closer. That is a little bit closer to what we're looking for. Right. Had 12 of the dual 5.5s. I know that's hanging over the edge a bit, but it works. And then she had her 15-inch guns. Bit of an half-weight offset. Let's bring the guns forward a bit, and I'll bring the main tower forward a bit. I'm going to put the other secondary guns back here. Still have an half-weight offset. Still have an half-weight offset, really? It's good. I should have used that bigger tower. It is actually better on the ship, but there we go. That'll cover it. Maybe if I actually push this back. I know it looks a bit weird having the gap, but I think that does actually make sense because Hood did have a longer a longer superstructure. Or I could just fit the longer superstructure anyway. Just I think it'll actually just, I know it's not going to be accurate in terms of how the funnels look, but it's going to have to do. See if we can get one that goes level. Yeah, if we use the 5. I know it looks a little bit weird, but maybe after the refit they shift one of the funnels or something. I just think that is a closer approximation. There we go, balanced. Now then, obviously we will have Hood as spacious, and I'm going to go with a veteran crew. I remember to do that for the yeah, I did. Bulk range and bulk to standard. Now then, engine efficiency on an induced boiler is perfectly fine. We'll stick with the Chord 8 standards just for historicalness. Again, with the Germans being slightly earlier techs, that should be fine. Let's probably stick with standard ammo. I might increase it though. We'll see how we go as we arm the ship up. I'm going to go anti-torpedo 4 double, same as the KG5. Now, flash fire chance 5, I can get it down to 2. Yeah, I think if I increase the ammo, yeah, it's a little high. Keep it at standard. Now, armour, I've got a little bit of armour to play with. We'll go for the historical first of all. So it was a 12-6 belt scheme. And deck was very light. So let's assume that we're fiddling with the deck armour. A little bit. Turrets were 15. Really? 1511? That doesn't sound right. Let's go for 15.7. $15.55. Okay. Oh yeah. Of course, big and British ship. The conning tower. No, conning tower was an 11-inch. Yeah, sounds about right. And we're slightly overweight. I'm going to drop superstructure just a touch. So we have actually up armored the deck. We've added about an inch onto all the various deck bits. So I think that's pretty close. I think that's pretty close to what a refitted hood might look like. So, Prince of Wales, Hood. Let's see what the Germans bring to the party. In fact, here is that's nice of you, game. I think we're pretty close. Yeah, funnel positions are not right, but I think it looks pretty close, especially considering a refit or something like that. Okay, sensible looking ships from the Germans. Excellent, and we're immediately in range, which is fine. The ships are not in the right place, so we'll put them into a line together. Looks like Prince of Wales will be in the lead, unlike historically. And they're behind us, which is a bit weird, and going away from us. Well, that's not quite a Bismarck. Shit. Yeah, I'm glad I limited the tech. 4 quad 16-inch guns, yes, perfectly sensible. And okay, the Prince Eugen with 8-inch. That is That is a bit more realistic, although it does have a lot of torpedo tubes, which is less than ideal. I think the enemy's going to turn this way, so we'll go like that. Wow! Look at Hood turn. That is good turning. Much, much more agile than Prince of Wales. Scored our first hit, which is nice. Oh, glorious. That's Hood look underway. Pretty decent. All right. Only Hood's in range at the moment. Oh, gloriousness. Full broadside? Yeah, go on. Nope, just a ranging shot. Alright, let's get a look at whatever this is. Guns are all akimbo. We lobbing some shells towards the cruiser at the moment. Yeah, we are. Bit different to real Bismarck, I suppose. Certainly a lot more firepower. Reload time seems relatively long, because I'm only just seeing the guns start to go up. Hit. Lovely. Right. I think both ships have now correctly identified this ship here is the actual threat, although they think they're both battleships at the moment. Still going to be a while till we have a full ID. Good takes a hit. You can see here that the dual gun is getting a target lock bug over and over and over again. Let's see if we can manually reset that. There we go. We can also compare the 14 and the 15s. So far it's the 15s that have done most of the damage. Come on, give me an ID. The Mark Graf. 74,000 tons and 200 odd billion, so pretty scary bit. Spooky stuff. 24 knots, so not fast. True powder and picric acid, interesting mixture. Armour is okay, but it's nothing special. Standard shells. Okay. Okay, I think this is going to be a good matchup. Only thing I have to worry about are the enormous number of torpedoes coming out of the... well, we're about to find out what it's called. Prince Albert. What's the range on those things? 14. Okay. So I don't want to stray too close to that, as we're about 16 kilometers out. I might do actually. I'm going to order Prince of Wales to fire on the heavy cruiser, because her angle on the battleship's not great at the moment. If we can reduce her down and get her torpedoes out of the picture, that will be excellent. Flooding. A few bulkheads on the Mark Graf. Might be able to get her through flooding. Yeah. Prince Albert's coming in on a taut run. Kill it. All guns. Not something I think any real world captain would sign up for, because it's pretty much a suicide mission. Damage. Torpedoes fired. Full port. Turn, please. Both ships. Look at that. That is quite the maneuver. Prince Wales basically turning on a dime, and I thought she was the less manoeuvrable of the two. She's going all over the place now. I think she's trying to get behind the hood. Five-inch guns blazing away as well. Torps spotted. Right, Prince of Wales. Break up the formation. I think we'll be able to come back over. Ooh, that was a big set of hits. Unpleasant. Okay, Prince Albert's down. Good news for me. Damage to Prince of Wales, not so much. We are starting to hit back now. Gonna keep her angled in a little bit. try and keep her attention as best I can. While Hood slams her with the 15s. Ricochet, ricochet. Not ricochet. But things not going great on the Mark Graf. Does she have radar by any chance? Not that it matters at this range. Yeah, she does, Gen 2. Don't want to stray too close to it. Ooh. Ammo detonation in one of the secondary guns. There's a lot of flooding as well. Ooh, Prince of Wales, you need to get out of here. Hood's going to take over. Oh! Oh, Hood's going to take over and blow up the ship with a flash fire. Nice. Well, there's a proper revenge. Glorious. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. And let me know what you thought in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Bye for now.